This is the National Weather Service serving the city of Atlanta and transmitter from Peachtree City. Today, an heat advisory has been issued for the following counties in Georgia: Fulton, DeKalb, Cobb, Douglas, Paulding, Coweta, Fayette, Clayton, Henry, Newton, Rockdale, Walton, Chatham, Liberty, Cherokee, Camden, and Bartow. Pets and children should never be left alone during the heat warning. Drink a lot of water to cool yourself down. Dangerous heat conditions can lead to heat strokes and sweating. Make sure you remain indoors and turn on your AC.
The following message is transmitted at the request of local authorities and the Atlanta Police Department. An unknown bright light was seen above the sky and it is generating small fires and smoke in Atlanta. It is unknown what is causing it, but all residents are strongly advised to go indoors as the temperatures are rising dramatically, indicating that the bright light has something to do with the temperature. In addition, all car tires in the area are being reported to be melting, also indicating that the bright light in the sky is somehow heating things up. Remain indoors and cool down as much as possible. Do not let children or pets outside as the temperatures are rising very drastically. The National Weather Service will look into what is causing the bright light in the sky to heat things up. Remain tuned to this station for more information.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Atlanta Police Department. The bright light that was reported in the sky for an hour was seen creating a big laser. This laser was seen incinerating things in its path and it was setting everything on fire. All fatalities were also been reported. All buildings, cars, trees, objects, and many more have been reported to be in flames. All residents in downtown Atlanta are strongly advised to seek an underground shelter immediately. If you are not in your shelter, you'll face certain death. Take any supplies with you for your shelter, such as water, food, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio. Please keep in mind that 911 is currently unavailable due to this situation which is unfolding in downtown Atlanta. Remain in your shelters until it is safe to leave.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Boston Police Department. The white smoke was seen spreading straight towards the city of Boston. In addition, there were reports of the white smoke freezing everything in its path, indicating that this smoke is not ordinary smoke, but it is frost smoke which causes the temperatures to be dropped to absolute zero. Several small to tall buildings were reported to be frozen solid, and as well as cars, trees and people. All residents in Boston are being urged to remain indoors and stay warm as possible. Close all windows and doors to prevent the white smoke from entering your house. Seal all dampers and cracks in the walls. Do not remain outdoors as you will also be frozen solid by these white smoke. Evacuating will not work as the white fog is spreading faster at an alarming rate. So far, many authorities have no idea what causes these events to occur. All residents are being urged to remain indoors and do not go outside for any reason until it is safe to go outside. Stay tuned for further information. We will attempt to remain on the air for more updates.
The following message was transmitted at the request of the New York City Police Department. The United States Geological Survey has detected a large earthquake being reported in downtown New York City. Several tall buildings, including the Empire State Building, were reported to be in severe damage and others collapsed to the ground. Several large cracks are being reported in downtown New York City and other streets throughout the New York City metropolitan area. To protect yourself, drop, duck, and take cover now. If you don't, you'll face certain death. Stay indoors until the earthquake is over. 911 services are left unavailable due to this situation. Large fissures are being reported throughout New York City, causing the buildings to fall into those fissures. The fissures were also seen shooting out molten lava to the surface. This is a really life-threatening situation and should be taken seriously. Take cover now. Repeating, take cover now.
(500피트) 높이의 쓰나미가 서울을 향해 직진하고 있었습니다. 극심한 손상 가능성이 높습니다. 즉시 대피소를 찾으십시오.
A tsunami with a height of 500 feet tall was heading straight towards Seoul. Extreme damage is likely. Seek shelter immediately.
Wherever we go,
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Los Angeles Police Department. Several confirmed meteorites are falling from the sky, destroying everything in their path. Fatalities have also been reported to the police and several fires are also being reported. All residents in Los Angeles and the surrounding are advised to seek shelter. Do not go outside for any reason until it is safe. If you are not in your shelter, you'll face certain death. Grab any necessary supplies with you such as water, clothing, and a battery-powered radio. Stay tuned for more information on this event.
With fries. Free fries Friday at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Chicago Police Department. Several confirmed tornadoes are currently causing catastrophic damage throughout the city of Chicago and the surrounding areas. 2 large tornadoes were formed in Chicago O'Hare Airport. The 3 large tornadoes were formed in the waters outside of Chicago. 7 large tornadoes formed in downtown Chicago, striking buildings and causing catastrophic to buildings, vehicles, and streets. All residents in the city of Chicago are strongly urged to seek shelter immediately. Massive power outages was also reported as a result of these strong tornadoes. The entire counties of Cook is under a tornado warning and as well as mandatory shelter-in-place warning. Do not go outside until it is declared safe.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Canadian government. A white fog has been reported to be covering the entire city of Quebec City. In addition, this white fog has the capability to freeze everything in its path and causing the temperatures drop to absolute zero.
Le message suivant est BE accent aigu NIG transmis à la demande du gouvernement canadien. Un brouillard blanc couvrirait toute la ville de Québec. De plus, ce brouillard blanc a la capacité de tout geler sur son passage et de faire chuter les températures à zéro absolu.
There were also instances of reports of a giant heat laser striking down from the sky and causing everything to be on fire in downtown Montreal. All residents in Montreal is strongly advised to evacuate the entire city immediately. All residents in Quebec City is strongly urged to seek shelter immediately and do not go outside until it is safe.
Il y avait aussi des instants de rapport d'un laser thermique géant tombant du ciel et mettant tout en feu au centre-ville de Montréal. Il est fortement conseillé à tous les résidents de Montréal d'évacuer toute la ville immédiatement. Tous les résidents de Québec sont fortement invités à se mettre à l'abri immédiatement et à ne pas sortir tant que ce n'est pas sécuritaire.
Failure to do so will result in certain death. All commercial air travel in Quebec City and Montreal will be suspended and remain on the ground until further notice. If you are receiving this message in the affected areas, it means is that you are in the risk area and need to seek shelter right away. Stay tuned for more information on this dangerous situation.
Ne pas le faire entraînera une mort certaine. Tous les voyages aériens commerciaux à Québec et à Montréal seront suspendus et resteront au sol jusqu'à nouvel ordre. Si vous recevez ce message dans les zones concernées, cela signifie que vous vous trouvez dans la zone à risque et que vous devez chercher un abri immédiatement. Restez à l'écoute pour plus d'informations sur cette situation dangereuse.
Hello everyone, I am Paul Davidson and Today, we're bringing you this news about this strange weather occurrence across the world. Since yesterday, there are many reports of unusual weather disaster patterns occurring across the United States. But not only that, there's also occurring in other countries such as Canada and South Korea. We never knew it would happen like this. And Boston is reporting a absolute zero. Atlanta, Georgia is at a rising heat level, around scorching temperature. And what else? Chicago is also reporting a severe, large, violent tornadoes. In Canada, Quebec City is also at absolute 0 degrees from the white smoke, which is supposed to be a frost. And there's also a giant earthquake occurring in New York City, which shook the city into whatever we want to call it. And Montreal, Quebec has also reported a heat laser from the sky that was incinerating everything in its path. South Korea, or should I say Seoul from South Korea, has reported a tsunami, which has flooded everything. And I've been told by a producer that we have an emergency alert system activating. Guys, we have an emergency alert system activating. Please stand by for this message.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Joplin Police Department and the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service has detected a very strong wind occurring in downtown Joplin, causing all buildings to be torn apart and as well as cars sent flying everywhere. There were also instances of reports that all tree branches have been snapped off from the trees and landed everywhere. Power outages has also been occurred. All residents in the city of Joplin are strongly advised to seek shelter immediately, and do not go outside for any reason until it is safe. It is unknown when this strong winds came from, but the National Weather Service has indicated that this wind is related to other weather disaster phenomenon happening across the United States, as well as some areas in Canada and South Korea. Remain in your shelters.
C'est le message urgent du gouvernement français. Plusieurs rapports sont arrivés au sujet d'une grande tornade extrêmement dangereuse qui se produit actuellement dans le centre-ville de Paris. Plusieurs bâtiments et fondations ont été sévèrement endommagés ainsi que la tour Eiffel. Tous les habitants de Paris et des zones concernées sont vivement invités à se mettre à l'abri. Essayez de vous cacher le plus possible dans votre abri afin de ne pas être aspiré par la tornade. Si vous refusez d'aller dans votre refuge, vous ferez face à une mort certaine. 911 appels sont laissés indisponibles en raison de cette situation en cours qui se déroule en ce moment. Restez à l'écoute pour plus d'informations sur cette situation dangereuse.
Everything you promised me, transmitted at the request of the United Kingdom government. A 150 tsunami is heading straight towards the City of London. This tsunami can knock down buildings and drags every vehicles, objects, and others away and generate damage. If you are currently not on high grounds, find one immediately. If you don't, you'll face certain death. Do not remain on the ground and get to the highest sturdy building immediately. No time for evacuation as this tsunami is moving fast at a high rate. It is unknown what causes the tsunami, but all residents are strongly urged to seek higher ground immediately. Stay tuned for more information on this life-threatening situation.
Please stand by for the National Emergency Warning System. Many natural disasters are occurring throughout Australia. These places that are been impacted will be shown on the screen, and as well as types of disasters. If you are hearing this message, seek shelter immediately or go to the highest areas if you see the tsunami. Keep in mind that these types of message from the emergency alert system are meant for your safety. So far, thousands of deaths have been reported since a few minutes ago. Do not go outside for any reason until it is declared safe. Remain in your shelters.
And here's to many more. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Normal programming has been discontinued until further notice. Several natural disasters are occurring throughout New Zealand, but mostly occurring in downtown Auckland. Reports came in about a giant heat laser touchdown from the sky, and it is causing everything to be on fire. Mass fatalities have been reported, and several waters that are near the laser have been boiling up completely. This event is not only occurring in Auckland, but also other areas, such as Christchurch. All residents in Auckland are strongly advised to seek shelter immediately. Do not wait, seek shelter immediately.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency and the United States Geological Survey. A volcano warning has been issued for Honolulu. Several lava is spilling from the volcano, and it is burning everything in path. Ash clouds are being reported to be covering the entire city of Honolulu, and as well as poisoning all the waters in the beach. All residents are strongly advised to seek shelter immediately. If you need food from groceries, wear a gas mask to avoid breathing asphalt. Asphalt is a type of volcano oceans, and breathing asphalt would cause respiratory problems and irritate skin and mucous membranes. Remain in your shelters until further notice. Normal programming has been discontinued until further notice.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. The outside world is extremely dangerous as many natural disasters are occurring, not just the United States, but throughout the world. These countries include Canada, Mexico, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, France, Poland, Belarus, Russia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Brazil, Colombia, Algeria, South Africa, India, Iran, Kazakhstan, Saudi Arabia, Philippines, Greece, Serbia, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Slovakia, and Vietnam. Massive damage and destruction have already occurred in these mentioned countries. All residents across the globe is strongly advised to seek shelter immediately. Normal programming is still suspended until further notice.
This is the national emergency. All normal programming has been discontinued. The president, or a vice representative will be speaking all stations shortly. Please stand by.
We interrupt with normal programming. This is the national emergency. All important details will follow.
Hello everyone, I am the President of the United States now speaking. We interrupt normal programming to bring you this news. Since around 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, national emergency has been declared due to this ongoing natural disasters occurring not just in the United States, but throughout the whole world. Many cities across the world are being destroyed, or being drowned, or being freezing over by this unknown natural disasters that are occurring across the world. Every single country is reporting a different types of natural disasters, such as hurricanes up to super category, tornadoes becoming more violent and more powerful, meteorites coming up in the sky, a white fog that contains cold stuff that can drop temperature to absolute zero, freezes everything in its path. A tsunami reaches from 50 feet to 500 feet tall, washing everything away. The heat laser brings more heat and burning everything down to the ground. Earthquakes so much powerful that everything sinks in, and others. If you reside in any of these countries, you are advised to seek shelter immediately. If the tsunami is heading straight towards your location, evacuate and seek higher ground immediately. So far, we have no idea where did this occurred, and we don't know how did this occurred, but many speculate that there's some type of weather phenomenon that causes the weather to become more violent and more dangerous. If you're hearing this message, all residents, if you're hearing this message across the United States, seek shelter immediately. Do not go outside for any reason. If you go outside, you will face certain death. So far, many cities across the United States, such as towns, are being destroyed by this random type of natural disaster. If we don't know when it's going to be over, but I have something to say, which can be very surprising and shocking to hear. It's going to be that, like, this type of weather phenomenon is called the Geostorm. This type of weather contains more dangerous weather, such as rising temperatures, sub-zero, absolute zero temperatures, and others. If you've already heard about this, which I honestly think you know, then I advise all of you to seek shelter immediately. Hiding into your room with no windows and no doors. Protect yourself now. God bless the United States, and that is my message.
That was the United States government speaking. All normal programming has been suspended until further notice.
Alerta de emergencia. Alerta de emergencia. Un terremoto extremadamente peligroso está ocurriendo en la ciudad de Santiago. Se han reportado daños extremos en todo Santiago. Los edificios masivos se están derrumbando debido a la intensidad de estos temblores. Todos los residentes en la ciudad de Santiago. Aquí hay cosas para protegerse de la caída de escombros. Agáchate, agáchate y cúbrete. No permanezca al aire libre o se enfrentará a una muerte segura.
All clear. Repeating, all clear. This is the emergency action termination. The natural disasters that are occurring across the world has suddenly vanished. You may now exit your shelters, but there are catastrophic destruction being reported across the globe, and it is gonna take years to rebuild, but threat to humanity is over. Normal programming may now continue. Your government thanks you for our cooperation.